What's up, guys? We're going to talk about 5 mistakes beginning kayak anglers make to help get you started on the right foot. All right, the first mistake you can avoid as a new kayak angler, and this is kind of a cliche you'll hear with a lot of gear that you buy, but especially your kayak, is buy your second or even your third kayak first. And what that means is don't skimp on the front end only to have to upgrade 6 months after getting into this. Most people that get into kayak fishing fall in love with it right away. They get excited, they buy a lot of equipment, and the first thing they want to upgrade is their actual kayak. So rather than skimping on the front end, save a little extra money, shop the used market, ask around, and try to find a deal on a high-end kayak off the front end. A great option is something like an Old Town Sportsman 120 or 106 PDL if you're looking to get into a pedal yak, or even a Sportsman 106 or 120 paddle if you're going to fish the moving water or just want a really beginner kayak. But look for one of those, and it's going to save you a headache of having to buy and sell within, I mean, I see it all the time, within 6 months somebody's trying to upgrade their kayak. So buy that second kayak first if you can. And to tag on to mistake number 1 about buying your second kayak first, the second huge mistake people make, really before buying a kayak or any equipment, is not taking the time to demo properly. Try before you buy. Get out there and demo as many kayaks as possible. Be mindful and knowledgeable on different brands and what you like and don't like, whether it's at an actual demo day. If you don't have a dealer near you, find a local tournament group or paddling club and go out and try their boats. You know, folks that are brand loyal to certain brands are more than willing and even encouraged, if they're on some kind of pro staff, to let you try their boats. So get out and try as many boats as possible. Even if you're not going to buy new, it'll give you an idea of what you like. Not demoing boats is a huge mistake you can avoid on the front end. All right, so another mistake kayak anglers make when they're just getting started is they overload their kayaks and buy too much gear right off the jump. When you first get your kayak, take it out a few times, do a little bit of fishing, whatever, before you jump off and buy every accessory you've seen on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, because there's a million ways you can load up your kayak. You've probably already seen videos of all the different ways you can rig them. They're a DIY person's dream. So before you do all that, before you spend all that money on accessories and stuff, take the time to really figure out what you need before you overload that kayak when you're just getting started. Another mistake beginners make is they don't learn about kayak fishing safety first, or kayaking safety. Whether you're fishing a small pond, a river, big water, whatever, you need to know the proper safety equipment you need, and you also need to take some safety training, or at least look up some safety training. There's some great stuff on YouTube. You can find different information on YouTube about kayak safety and what you need to be doing out there. I'd even recommend, if you're going to fish moving water, to take a river safety course. You need to make sure you have all the proper safety equipment, and take your kayak out empty and learn how to re-enter it if you fall out. What happens? How far can you push it before you flip it? Taking safety into consideration before you get out there and start kayak fishing is huge, and it's a mistake too many people make, and not learning about that on the front end. Last but not least, don't be afraid to ask questions. Find a local group, a web forum, a Facebook group, whatever it is, and ask questions if you have any about your gear, rules, regulations, whatever. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Of course, if you go online, there's going to be some people that give you a hard time for being a noob or a beginner or whatever, but whatever. Don't just ignore that. Ask your questions. There's some great Facebook groups. There's an actual Kayak Fishing for Beginners Facebook group out there that you can join and ask away. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Remember that. So ask your questions when you have them, and it'll save you a lot of headache on the back end. All right, there you have it, guys. 5 mistakes beginning kayak anglers seem to make. Hopefully you can avoid those. You're going to love the sport. Great community you're getting involved in. As always, appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell before you go. Thanks, everybody.